There's a new trend blowing up on YouTube, with videos raking in millions of views. This trend stands out because these videos aren't just random AI-generated content that people scroll past. Instead, they're built on strong storylines and visuals that keep viewers engaged. And that's a big reason why these videos get pushed out to a larger audience. A channel launched just a few months ago, today over 11 million views, nearly 86,000 subscribers, built from absolutely nothing. Another creator, same tiny window of time, already sitting at 4 million views. That's two separate creators, in the same short window, hitting the same explosive growth. That's not a coincidence, that's usually the first sign the algorithm is testing something out. And once it starts doing that, it doesn't stop at two. The real engine behind these channels is fantasy, not familiarity. Every video hands the viewer a version of themselves living out something they'll never actually experience. Climbing the ranks of the FBI, running a cartel, going from broke to a billionaire overnight. It's not, "This is my life." It's, "This is the life I secretly wonder about." That's why the "you" label works so well. It's not subtle, it's the entire hook. It says, "Stop watching someone else's story. This one's about you." Let's start with the first step, creating a high-performing script and preparing all the prompts you'll need for the video. To make this easier, I've built a custom GPT that handles everything for you, from generating viral ideas, to writing scripts, to creating image and video prompts. You don't need to think about anything, just reply yes at each step while it builds everything for you. I've already done all the heavy lifting for you, so you can just start creating. Head over to ChatGPT, open the left sidebar, click More, then select GPTs. In the search bar, type GenEx POV. Select it and click Start Chat. You'll receive a curated list of trending, viral, and high-performing topics. If you don't like any of the suggested topics, type Regenerate to get a new selection, or simply enter a topic of your choice. I'm going with this topic. Simply copy and paste it into the prompt box below, then click the arrow to generate your script. This stage generates only the narrator script. If it's a long script, it will be generated in multiple parts. After each part, you'll be asked if you'd like to continue. Simply reply yes until the full script is complete. Once the script is finished, you'll be asked, would you like to make any changes to the script, or should I proceed with the image prompts? If you're happy with the script, simply type proceed with image prompts. The AI will then generate 10 image prompts at a time. After each batch, just reply yes to continue until all scene prompts have been generated. Once your image prompts are complete, the GPT will ask if you'd like to generate video prompts as well. This is completely optional. The video prompts are designed to animate your images by adding motion to your character, but you'll need a separate AI video generator, which usually requires a paid subscription. If your goal is to create everything for free, I'd recommend skipping this step. Instead, we'll simply add smooth pans and zooms to the still images, which look great and don't require any additional tools. I'll show you exactly how to do that later in the course. Once all of your prompts have been generated, copy them into a Google Doc or Notepad so they're ready for the next step. Step 2. Now it's time to generate all of your images. You can use any AI image generator, such as Google Gemini or Flow, but for this course, I've created a custom GPT specifically designed to generate images while maintaining complete visual consistency. It keeps everything organized and stores all of your generated images in one place, making them much easier to manage throughout your project. I've also included a link to the GenEx POV image generator in the description of this video, so you can access it anytime. Head over to ChatGPT, open the left sidebar, click More, then select GPTs, and search for GenEx POV image generator. Select it and click Start Chat. Now return to the Google Doc where you've saved your script, image prompts, and video prompts. Copy the Scene 1 image prompt, switch back to the GenEx POV image generator, paste the prompt into the chat, and click the arrow to generate the image. Give it a few seconds. And just like that, your first image is ready. Simply click Download to save it. Now let's repeat the process. Go back to your Google Doc, copy the Scene 2 image prompt, return to the GenEx POV image generator, paste it in, and click the arrow to generate. After a few seconds, your second scene will be ready as well. Continue following this same workflow for the remaining scenes, and before long, you'll have a complete set of consistent, high-quality images ready for your first video. Now let's move on to the next step, generating your background voiceover. To generate your background voiceover, you can use tools like 11 Labs or CapCut.com. In this tutorial, I'll be using CapCut, but feel free to use whichever tool you prefer. Head over to CapCut.com. I'm currently using the paid plan, which includes 800 credits per month. Click Create New, then select Text to Speech to open a new project. On the right-hand side, you'll see a range of voice options. Choose the one that best matches your channel's style and tone. Next, head back to the Google Doc and copy the script you generated, then return to CapCut and paste it to the text field. Select your preferred voice, click Generate, and preview the voiceover. Once you're happy with how it sounds, simply download the audio file. Now, before we move on to the editing phase, here's a completely optional bonus step. If you'd like to bring your still images to life using an AI video generator, I'll show you how. Otherwise, feel free to skip this section as I'll show you how to create smooth zooms and pans using the still images during the editing phase. Head over to Digen AI and sign in with your Google account. Once you're inside, take a moment to familiarize yourself with the dashboard so you know where everything is. I'm currently using the Ultra plan, which costs just $4.99 and includes 6,000 credits. Click Create, then upload your first image. Next, return to the Google Doc, copy the first video prompt, and paste it into the prompt box in Digen AI. Now choose your video model. You'll see several options available, but I'll be using Real Motion 3.2 since it only consumes 30 credits per generation. Feel free to experiment with the other models to see which one produces the results you prefer. Once you've selected your model, click Generate and wait for the video to finish rendering. After it's ready, preview the result to make sure everything looks the way you want. If you're happy with it, click Download to save the video. Now simply repeat the same workflow for the remaining scenes. Upload the next image, return to your Google Doc, copy the next video prompt, paste it into Digen AI, and click Generate. Once the render is complete, preview the video, and if everything looks good, download it. Continue this process for all of your scenes if you'd like to animate the entire project. Otherwise, you can simply use the still images, and I'll show you how to add smooth zooms and pans to them during the editing phase in the next step. Now that your voiceover and images are ready, it's time for the final step, putting everything together in CapCut. This is where all of your still images come together and your video starts to look professional. If you don't already have CapCut, download it using the link in the description. Then open CapCut and click Create Project. Tap the plus icon to upload your visuals and background voiceover. Once they're imported, tap the plus icon again to add both the visuals and the voiceover to the timeline. Scroll to the right side of the timeline and tap the plus icon again to extend it. This gives you more space to work and makes it easier to drag, arrange, and place each clip in the correct order based on your script. Now click anywhere on the timeline to deselect everything, including the voiceover. Move the playhead to the beginning of the timeline, then select all the image clips at once. Hover your mouse over the beginning of the first selected clip until the trim cursor appears, then drag it to extend the duration. Since all the clips are selected, they'll all extend together. Adjust their length so they better match the voiceover. Once that's done, drag each individual clip left or right along the timeline to synchronize it with the narrator's voiceover. Next, move the playhead to the beginning of the timeline, head over to the Filters tab, search for Clear 2, and apply it to the timeline. After applying the filter, drag its end so it spans the entire length of the video. Now let's make the still images feel more dynamic. Select the first image, move the playhead to the start of the clip, and click the keyframe icon next to transform in the top right panel. Then move the playhead to the end of the clip and add another keyframe. With the second keyframe selected, increase the scale value slightly to create a smooth zoom-in effect. You can also adjust the position to create a subtle pan if you prefer. Repeat this process for each still image to give your video a more cinematic and immersive feel. Finally, preview the entire video to make sure everything is synced correctly. Once you're happy with the result, click Export, set the resolution to 4K, and export your finished video. Let's preview the final result.
At 6 years old, you climb into your very first go-kart, dreaming of one day becoming a Formula One world champion. You learn from every spin, every mistake, and every lap until local races turn into podiums and victories. Soon, you're crowned national champion, proving you're one of the country's brightest young talents. Formula 4 teaches you speed. Formula Regional teaches precision. Formula 3 pushes your racecraft to its limits. Formula 2 proves you're ready for the world's biggest stage. Then, the call finally comes. You're a Formula 1 driver. Your rookie season is filled with lessons. But before long, podiums become victories, and victories become championship battles. After years of sacrifice, you lift the Formula 1 World Championship trophy. Years later, you're no longer just a champion, you're a legend, inspiring the next generation at the very karting track where your incredible journey first began. Every Formula 1 legend starts with one dream and one very first lap.
If you found this helpful, hit subscribe and turn on notifications so you never miss the next tutorial. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.